And let's see. Let's go ahead and rock and roll. Yeah, Trello. Okay, so Vinny, is Lilith coming?
Yes, she is
Okay.
coming.
All right, let's go ahead and roll down the first campaign. Let's go ahead and take a look at BI1. Hi, Gani. Hi, Nadine. Hi, Rizal Wayana. Hi, Lilith. And hi, Andre. I've also invited Tendi to show up because I think part of his work also reflects here. If anybody would like to remind Tendi, let me just maybe ask Cynthia. Cynthia, would you be able to just kind of ping Tendi, invite him to this discussion? It could be
Sure.
valuable for understanding his update. Okay, Vidi, let's start with your update. Please
Okay,
proceed.
thank you very much, sir. So, in the first campaign, actually, we see improvements in the middle funnel and also the most bottom funnel.
Okay.
Especially in review on Airbnb, we
Okay.
reached 45.1 to 1%, which is a 3.6% increase, and it almost
Nice.
reaches the SLA. It's going on the right direction.
Excellent. Okay.
And for the inquiry conversion, actually, the clean inquiry conversion actually drops by a little bit, but it is due to the lack of inquiry conversion on direct. But the inquiry conversion within Airbnb itself improves.
Okay. All right.
While
Good.
if we see in the number of inquiry and the number of instant book also increases quite a lot. Actually, in number, in magnitude, but by percentage, it increases by 0.004%.
I see. Okay.
Okay. So there are some notable results. I've written everything down in the activity.
Okay.
But we've confirmed regarding the number of listing page view and also number of search page view. I've attached numbers based on
Okay.
the data from November and October last year.
Got
And
it.
due to this, Kagani is going to perform some changes in the listing name as
Okay.
well as commence a product development project on searching for external data to look at the market data from external data as opposed to just internal data. And the inquiry classification update have been further curated, and I believe Andre and Nadine has formed a new best practice and standards before considering something as an inquiry as a spam or not. Well, in the bottom funnel, actually, what happened was Kasinta actually figured out that with Indonesian guests, being able to converse with a technique that suits that culturally, like with Indonesian, they use like in how to interact well with Indonesians, and it actually works in terms of review conversion. And
Nice.
they're trying to figure out how to like, are there any way to replicate this with other cultures? For example, how you interact with Europeans or Westerners or East Asian, so something like that, sir.
Nice. Okay, that's actually a pretty good discovery. Okay, let me drill down into each layer then. First layer I'd like to investigate is Gunny. Gunny, what exactly kind of data are you looking for your project and product development for external market data?
Okay, so basically, I'm trying to looking for what type of title, what type of description that listing that have high ranking, that
Right.
have high review. So
I see.
once I have this data, so probably we can apply it to our listing.
Okay. What I'd like you to consider is also remember about messaging and audience fit. Not all messaging that, let's say, works on a different site would work with our particular audience. What I would suggest is to think about relevancy when you look at the data. For example, we know the majority of our audience from this point on into the future are Indonesian people coming from Surabaya, Jakarta, other domestic cities. So if you're looking for, let's say, content that strikes them, I would start looking at it from an Indonesian perspective. What is Indonesian YouTube say? What does Indonesian Instagram say? What is Indonesian sort of like in that world that would trigger in engagement? And make sure that the data that you seek is relevant to the audience that we know we have. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Next on the inquiry workshop. Okay, Andre and Nadine, you have a new practice. Can you tell me a little bit more about what is your new practice and what is this new standard that is coming up?
Okay, sir, thank you. Actually, when we got spam, like the inquiry that's just directly give their contact, we cannot just being like too rush to define it as a spam, but we need to reach out first and then to get to know what is exactly they want, and then if the if and then after that we can discover which is this inquiry possible to be converted or not. If it's not possible, and then they keep sending us a lot of messages with the same messages, same content, then we can define it as a spam.
Okay, thank you. That is a better practice. Yes, instead of we have a classification process refinement. Next, okay, answering spam triggers more spam. Okay, understood. And then, Cynthia, tell me a little bit more about your technique to appeal to Indonesian guests. What is it that you're doing, and what is it that you think can be applied to other groups of people as well?
Yep, thank you, sir. For the Indonesian people, I'm not sure that actually I'm discovering something because I'm just trying to be um, like asking them, the approach them like, hey, please, would you please leave us your review, and then that will be our support. So I will engage them on the emotional things
Oh,
because support things, yeah. So
okay.
I mentioned about the support things. I think they will really know in this situation, in this pandemic. Support is kind of like a gold word,
I see.
and then
Okay.
yeah. So
So
yeah, I just try to highlight your review will be our biggest support in this time. So
okay, got it, got it. All right, so this is a cultural angle. Interesting. Yeah, I do notice that Indonesian people do trigger when you use the word support. That seems to be a very hot keyword. Back to Vidi. Vidi, who do you want to have lead this analysis of, like, let's say, the keywords? I agree with you. If there is, like, let's say in California, you can say, hey, yo, be a bro and hit me up with a review. That would probably trigger more people to leave reviews if they were male, I guess, than if you just say, please leave us a review, right? So
Yeah.
I do understand that there is a cultural password that gets you access into somebody's
Yep.
relationship zone. Who do you think should lead this particular research angle on
Let's go
investigation?
with Cynthia because it's on her funnel, unless she delegates to somebody else.
Okay, all right, Cynthia, what other groups would you like to research this technique with besides Indonesian people at the moment?
Actually, I still don't have any idea about that, sir. Maybe I should have a discussion with you about this as well. Maybe also for marketing things as well,
Okay,
because I think they know it well for the words that I know.
okay, got it. You might want to think about Russians, actually. We're almost coming into Russian winter again, which is
Mm.
exactly when they would start thinking about traveling again for next year. Hopefully, I don't know if they can get in, but
Mm.
that would be the only other group I think that should have relevance. But okay, good. Vinny, thank you very much for the update. Let me jump into the next campaign, which is Booking.com. Booking.com is number 2 on ranking now. Let's go to Lilith. Lilith, what's the word on Booking?
Uh, Hello, sir. Thank you
Hi,
very much.
Lilith.
Sorry, I bit late about the update. So for Booking.com, it's increasing in terms of the number of booking, but it's only 3 additional booking. However, in terms of cancellation, it is decreasing by 2.75%. We don't really know the reason, but recently Andre doing hosting engagement to reach out the guests through what is that, through WhatsApp, but there is no response actually. But yeah, the number of cancellation is decreasing. And then what else? In terms of review, there is no increase in terms of number because I think Cynthia already reached out to the guests, but there is no response yet also for the guests. And perhaps we need to improve in terms of the review itself, sir.
Okay,
And also, I have registered 14 new properties to join Genius program, which is the program that can increase the page views for a certain listing or
understood.
properties.
Okay, so I'm confused why there's no movement on the page views list. Maybe you could
Oh,
explain that now.
actually, I'm not covering. I'm not. What is that? Calculating the page views.
I see.
I guess I said because it is very manual, sir. So I
Ah,
have to open like
I see.
55 tab
I
to look
see.
at one by one. So
Okay, Got it. In this particular case, then, why don't we just do this? Why don't we just get rid of A3? So we will assume a little bit, Vidi, we assumed previously that action at the top of funnel, such as the strategic action for cleanliness protocol and the discounts, that would result in essentially more page views. If it's not accurate, or if we're not gonna measure it, then let's just not have it there at all because it's just noise at this point. So Lilith, just go ahead and remove A3 if we're not going to take a look at it, and we'll just take a look at all the other directions on the funnel. I guess my question is this then. Let's go back to marketing today. Marketing, we talked about this idea, I guess I'm speaking to Rizal and Gunny, about notifying guest anniversaries, right? So if a guest had traveled with us checking in today, last year, or the year before, maybe just hit them up. Do you think that that could be integrated into some sort of review program? Let me connect Cynthia with Gunny to think about that. Like, for example, hey, you traveled with us last year, but you didn't leave us a review. Help support us this year during COVID and leave us a review.
Yes, that's great idea.
It's
Yeah.
too late on Airbnb, but does Booking.com have an expiration date for when you can leave a review? Let's go over to Cynthia.
No, I think there's no like what's that expired date?
Expiration date. Okay,
Yeah.
then perhaps we can connect that, right? Once again, it's about that positive feedback loop. If we can get, let's say, 100 reviews back on Booking.com, that will help essentially drive brand awareness back at the top again. So, Gani, Cynthia, can you guys have a sub discussion? See if that is something that you guys can work together on. Is there a way that we can celebrate, like with the way we celebrate employee milestones, guest milestones, so that we can at least keep them back in the loop? Yeah.
Yep.
Cynthia.
First of all, I'd like to know first, since your example is about the guest birthday, so could we have a system that can know about the guest birthday? Could we
No,
check
not
on
guest birthday,
Booking.com?
guest anniversary to Bali, right? So their
Oh,
check-in
okay.
anniversary or their checkout anniversary, whichever you want to celebrate.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
like on Facebook, it shows you this time last year you were here. So I'm sure anybody who remembers that they were in Bali last year will be like, yeah, that certainly beats where I am right now, like in lockdown in a room. So that I think is always a pleasant memory. So it can be their check-in anniversary.
Sure.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let me know by Friday if that works or if you guys want to start it. But just let me get an update on that. Over to Lilith. If we got more reviews, do you think that would get our top of funnel moving?
Actually, I haven't made sure about this with the account manager. But of course, if we have a good review, then it will help the confidence of the guest to book our property.
I think
That
so.
that I can make sure.
Okay, I think so. Anytime we have, remember, these campaigns don't flow all the way like this way, right? They flow intermediate levels, go back up to brand awareness. So anytime that we can get reviews, anytime that we can get any conversion, I think that helps with overall traffic too as well, Lilith. We have no way of confirming that right now because we can't measure. Well, let me just go over to Vidi real quick. Vidi, is there a fast way we can scrape the 55 pages that Lilith just spoke about to get the review data, or is that not within easy, let's say, technical means at the moment?
Review data, right, sir? Not page view, right?
Sorry, actually, page view data.
Oh, page view. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
checked with VD about this.
I told Lilith also. Technically, it's possible, but I haven't looked at it yet.
Okay, got it. If you were to estimate, or actually, let's just budget this in your mind, and I'll come back to you at the end, right? If
Okay.
you were to budget this in your mind, cost benefit, would it be worthwhile? Okay, think about that. I'll come back to you at the end. Let's keep on going then. Next over to, well, everybody's on this one. I'm not sure who's the project champion. I think it's Joseph. Are you the project champion here? I see Andre and Lilith now on it too as well. For BI5?
Oh yeah. So I just added them because I thought they were part of the funnel.
Oh, take them out. Take them out, right? Only the champion stays on the card. The other people,
okay.
yeah. You report on behalf of everybody, right?
Okay.
We have to go around.
I
All right.
guess which I
Yep.
wait. Actually, we lost the probe listing. Where is it? Anyone move the probe listing?
Okay, if you move the probe listing, please move it back. In the meantime, let's go down Joseph's list. Yeah?
Yeah, yeah,
And I'll let Lilith. You can ask in a chat. Like, if
that's
you
right.
move the probe listing, please move it back. All right, Joseph, the rundown, please.
Okay, thank you. So for today's update, 12th October, we got two agents from prop listing. Actually,
Okay.
Nadine got two agents from prop listing, and one of them give Nadine a deal. So we got another deal from the.
Nice. Okay, very good.
And for previously asked by Lilis about advocacy, I have discussed this with Andre regarding the reviews, and I don't think we can do it now because we could not ask for feedbacks because we don't know who the guest is. Like if we want to, we can ask the agent to ask the
Yes.
guest.
Can you ask the
And
agent to give us a review then? The agent is our guest, and the guest is like their guest.
also, we will ask the agent to
Sure,
write down the
because-
review.
Yes, because our client in this particular funnel are agents, right? So the guests
Yeah.
are sort of encapsulated in their thing. So we want to get more agents to find us. So let's at least get the agents to write a review about us in this case.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, so
Okay.
we'll do.
And question, I don't understand what this means at A1. What is plus 10 and then none mean at the same time? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, because yeah. I mean, for the percentage, it was based on the previous funnel because agent leads has no previous funnel, so there is no percentage.
Okay, whatever it was before is probably 59 before, right?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, so you're going to have to create the percentage increase from 69 to 59, okay?
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. And that goes into the orange bars there. Okay. And okay, all right. A lot of this doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Wait, what's going on? This is Joseph. This looks really what's going on? I can't read this.
Which one, sir?
Okay, it's a little bit confusing because okay, I get it. Okay, all right. These are up, down, and up. Okay, yeah. The only thing I don't understand is A1 because you have a number 10, which is a straight number. I think that should be a percentage, and yeah, just clarify that one on A1.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Joseph. And good work. Thank you for getting us a deal. Yes, to Lilith.
Actually, that's our agreement on BI, right?
What's the agreement on BI?
For the upper funnel, we don't use conversion, but the additional of
Ah,
the
yes, correct. Thank you for that correction, Lilith. Thank you. That is correct. Let me check to see if that's consistent with everything else. Then my question is, why is Vidi's one then up percentage points on A1?
Yeah. I think that's the mistake on my part. Sir.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the
Okay, I guess because we saw that first, that was the that was the normal. So then, okay, yes, Vidi, let's go ahead and just keep it as a straight number at the top of funnel. And yes, I do agree with you, Vidi. Oh, now that I saw it, community does seem a little bit stuck right now. Oh, Tendy's here. All right, perfect. Tendy, we need your update on the community. The cleanliness protocol registration is currently stuck. If we look at card, the first card up at the top, what can we do to get? Can we expect that anybody else would want to get this protocol registered, or do the other 100 properties just not care? Over to Tendi.
Yes, sir. So actually, for the training and observation, it's still move ahead. But I think for the register, that should be from the result for the register, right?
Okay, let's go back up to Vidi. Vidi, sorry, everyone were.
So frozen, I think this is discussed in the last Scrum. Frozen means that we cannot apply it anymore because it's already like a mandatory thing. So every
It doesn't matter anymore.
Yes, doesn't
Okay.
matter. That's why I
Right.
said that.
So what Tendi needs to understand is this: anything that does not have protocol will
Will
not
get
be
banned.
listed anymore. Tendi, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, let me make sure Tendi understands that. Cleanliness protocol now is mandatory, Tendi. So any of these 100 properties that don't care are going down. Okay, that message we need to be very clearly communicated with all our property owners that if they don't get this registered, they are effectively kicked off the platform. If that doesn't get their attention, I don't know what will. Okay, so make sure they understand that. That's a mandatory requirement at this point. Okay, so that needs to be 100 then, right, Vidi?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, that needs to be 100%. But let's just keep the count there. And wait, Vidi, let me double check. 53, is that 53 properties or 53 listings?
People properties.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good. So that means we have 100 left to go, Tendi, on the rest of our existing community. I believe we have 157 properties. Okay, so let's work hard to get them over because otherwise they will be gone and we will lose 2/3 of our inventory if that's the case. Okay, let's keep on going. Next, over to next campaign is Gani's campaign. Gani, all right, tell us what's going on with Instagram.
Okay, thank you, sir. So basically, I just uploaded one more post yesterday, and to be honest, I don't allocate the time to on the Instagram on the weekend, so there is not much activity. And but okay, I see that Andre is right now actively taking ask guests to tag us on Instagram, and I delegated to Tara how to increase engagement through stories. So I hope she will come with the strategy by today.
Okay.
And since we have the database of guests, me and Tara will discuss how to make it look like audience, so we can posting that have relevancy to our guests.
Okay.
And last is we'll connect the guest anniversary message to tag us on Instagram and share the picture to us as well. So.
Okay. Thank you. That sounds good. I like how we have some new innovations happening at the top of funnel. The middle funnel is still a little bit stuck, so we haven't seen any reservations yet. And then, does E mean what Andre's working on? Essentially, he's trying to get people who tag Bukit Vista back, right, on appreciation post.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, and that's handled by Shinthia then. Shinthia, what are we doing at the moment to try to tag? To try to get tags on Instagram back from our former guests, former guests, I guess.
Yeah, actually, for getting back to the former guests, I haven't do that. For asking them to taking back to, I mean, like, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do you have anybody that you want to delegate to? Because I think there's actually some new people that are coming in on HAR. Is it a bandwidth issue or is it a sort of a scheduling issue?
I think that such a scheduling issue.
Okay. Here's what I'd like you to do then. And for this particular thing, schedule it onto your own calendar first. And if you can't schedule it onto your own calendar, there's new people coming in, and schedule it onto their calendar so that they start doing it. I started doing this with the interns in the Jarvis group, and we are moving the community project forward every day, and it's actually pretty cool. It's fun to see that. So put it on your own calendar so it goes into your mind, and as soon as you find a delegate, put it on their calendar. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
you, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's continue. That's it. Okay, so that covers pretty much all the 1, 2, 3.
Sir,
Yes.
we haven't talked about probe listing, I guess.
Oh, probe listing's back. Oh, where did it go? It's gone.
I guess Andre moved it to somewhere else.
Okay, so number 3. Okay. Okay. Probe listing is back. Thank you very much. Lilith, let's talk about probe listing. Back to you.
Okay, sir. So for this campaign, we get many improvement.
Nice. Good.
In terms of where is it the data? The transaction is already summarized on the Google Sheet, and you can see the screenshot there. The value that we got from the first we ran the campaign is like almost 40,000 rupiah.
Okay.
And that 40 million, sorry, 40 million rupiah.
Nice.
And then the inquiry conversion is improving.
Excellent.
1.2%, almost 2%. We get 7 reservation for all.
Okay.
And then for the review, it haven't increased yet. I guess we only get 1.
Okay.
From this from to check out, and I need Cynthia to reach out to 1 more people that just checked out, I think 2 days ago.
Okay.
So overall, we get improvement for this campaign.
Nice. Okay, very good. That's what I like to see. All right. Thank you guys very much. This looks good. This looks
Yeah.
middle funnel is going up, bottom funnel is going, or almost to the bottom funnel is going up. But okay, let's say top and middle are going up. This is very positive. Good, 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 good. What?
Uh,
Go ahead, Lila. Sorry.
One more thing that I would like to convey is the initiative on outsourcing property is actually working because I guess three or four. Let me check first. Four of our transaction is coming from outsourcing property.
What
It
does
is
outsourcing property mean, Lilis?
a temporary property.
Okay, good, good. So
Yeah.
basically, Rizal and Wayana's work over on collecting
Yep.
new stuff is working. Yeah.
Yes, and now Aldo is also working on that, I guess. So it's pretty much in the good direction.
That's
Mm.
really happy to hear that. Okay, fantastic. I guess Wayana and Rizal are probably catching a boat back from Nusa Penida right now, but just an update on what they're doing. So Wayana, basically, I have HR now hiring full time. It's full time but temp, full time temporary field canvassers. These people will go on regular cycles. Okay, what I need you guys, Rizal and Wayana, to do is to set up every week canvassing slots. Doesn't matter if you go or not, but set up these slots, okay? On days that don't rain, please. We will essentially put in candidates for trials every week, okay, on these slots. So if they are able to bring in leads and we're able to close the leads into meetings by the Monday following, then we will give them a job offer. If they can't, then that's it. So we're going to drive that harder by actually hiring another person to full time that, because both you guys are not doing it full time. You have other things to do, which I appreciate, but we need to find a full time canvasser so that we can bring in more of these temporary partnerships so that this side of the funnel can start closing more deals. Okay? Okay. Is that clear to Rizal and Wayana? Yes, babe.
Yes, clear. And also, I would like to announce that from my project, the freelancer campaign that I have to migrate to this new paid hand parser that we're gonna do. So
Okay.
the from the original.
Okay, easy, very easy. You and Rizal just set up canvassing dates for 2 or 3 days every week, okay? And then we send the candidates who are applying onto the routes that you'll specify. If they bring in leads that we can convert into meetings, great, they're in. If not, then we bring in another round, okay? And we just keep on doing this until we find somebody who can do this properly. All right? Okay, that's pretty much it. Thank you, everyone, for coming in today. I think we finally finished on time. Uh,
Hey,
sir.
Andre,
no, there's something else? What? Okay. Okay. Obrigado.
I have a question, sir. I'm sorry.
Oh, somebody had a question. Andre had a question.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, Andre, your question, please.
I have a question actually for Kak Lilis. I think we need to. Do you think we need to anticipate this? Let's say on prop listing on new getting one bedroom villa, it's already booked or it's already occupied of the property. Do you think we need to delete it because somehow if it's still there, it might generate some other inquiry even though it's not available, right? So it will increase the inquiry number, but it is actually yeah.
Find an alternative property for that. That's what we call we have to find an alternative, right? Listing family.
That might be a good idea, but yeah, what my concern is, what if they do really want that villa, but it is not actually available, right? So
That's why
yeah,
you broke.
yeah, maybe
No, find something that they will like. Okay, go to the list. List, you're actually it's your response.
Is that mean the advertisement, Andre?
yeah, the post and yeah,
Actually, I have to make sure with Wayan and Rizal. Because Bali Prime, for example, they have 4 villas available. I mean, 4 villas for 1 bedroom. And New Gading, I don't really clear about how many they have for New Gading. So I will check it later. But regarding the marking, if there is still rooms available, we will not turn off the what is that? But if it is turned on, perhaps we can say that the availability is next month, for example.
Okay,
Uh, yep.
there you go. That Andre, this is actually a good problem to have. This is a high quality problem. If you keep on getting inquiries for a property that's already sold out, go find more properties like that or redirect them to when it opens again. This is what the market wants. Ideally, it should be like rice, right? If you eat rice and you're about to run out of rice, go and buy rice before you run out. So ideally, if there is something that's selling, send a request over to the canvassers to keep on targeting more properties like that, so that we can bring more of that property in before we run out. All right. The only thing that is kind of an issue is how do we communicate at the moment properties that we need to the marketing team so that they can find it in. I don't know how we do that. Lilith, I'd like you and Vidi to sort of clarify how we would do that, but not today, for later, right? Just if you guys can invent some sort of push-pull communication system that, okay, we need this, please look for this, so that way we can coordinate that effort a little bit better. Last question over to Vidi. Vidi, okay, cost-benefit analysis for figuring out the Booking.com views. What do you think? Worth it or not worth it?
Yeah, I think for now the bandwidth is not there yet, but it can be like something that I can do on the side project after work hours.
Okay, think about it carefully. Okay, over to Lilith.
I guess Fira is interested in this. I've talked to Fira actually, but the current urgent things is the website. So after the website, I think we'll deliver to Fira.
Okay, that could be a good project for the intern. And over to Gani and Rizal, remember, set interns on their own campaigns. That, what Lilith just did is a good example. So if they're good at something in their ZPD, then ideally give them their own project and they can work on it, like with Fira. Okay, Lilith, yes, I think the priority is the website first, and then afterwards to figure this out. Ultimately, we just need one thing, actually. We need to know, do reviews and do middle engagements affect top of line results, like awareness? We believe it does because it just makes sense, but it would be good to see what the full cycle looks like. Okay? All right, that's it, everyone. I just need Vidi for a moment to talk, and maybe Lilith too, just to talk about the webinar that we're having on Thursday. Is Tara here? Oh, Tara's here too. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Let me just get Lilith, Tara, and Vidi, and then everyone else. Thank you very much. If you want to plan the webinar. Oh, by the way, we're having a webinar on Thursdays. It's very exciting. There's 440 people who clicked on the site. There's 150 who registered. We're going to be talking about data science and startups on Thursday as part of BVE Talk 6. Cynthia, your program is growing. I'm very happy to support it. And also, if you have a topic that you think you're an expert in, or you would like to lead an expert discussion, don't be shy. Maybe you will be the person to do BVE Talk 9. Okay, so anyway, that's a plug for you, Cynthia. Okay. All right, let me remain now, and for everyone else, have a good day. I'll see you at the All Hands tomorrow.